Welcome to the Activity Call Live. And now, our host, Andy Albright.
What's up, people? Hey, Marcus Richardson, what's up, bro?
Good morning. Good to see you.
Introduce yourself, Mr. Marcus Richardson. Tell them where you live and about your family and a little bit about how we connected.
Yes. So Marcus Richardson out of Aurora, Colorado, married to Carla Richardson. Tuesday will be 19 years of marriage.
That's true, too.
Carla and I, we have two children. My boy, Adriel, he's the oldest. He's
a miracle worker.
Yeah, that is. He'll be 15 in January. And then Maya, she is 13. And we've been rocking and rolling with Andy for 11 years. And every time I go to Dallas, Andy, it reminds me of the very beginning of when this whole thing started. So Dallas, I met you where you threw down the challenge to come to a meeting. And when you asked me to come to the meeting, we had no money. I was putting stuff on credit cards, but it was the best decision that I ever made to get to that meeting, to meet you, see the culture, meet the team, and see what everybody was doing. And how you've just invested and poured into me over the last 11 years has been a game changer. And I heard what you said earlier. So a person left to their own devices will destroy themselves unless something greater comes in to help them. And you have come into my sphere of influence and helped me and didn't leave me to my own devices. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Did you hear me say that just now?
About like 2 or 3 minutes ago.
Okay. I was like, that's too coincidental. I didn't know my mic was on either. I apologize for cussing. I meant every word of it. It's true. Things happen like that. Hey, man. No, I have not left you to your own devices. Although I've not screamed at you like I've screamed at my children. How long have we been together, Marcus?
11 years.
Yeah, I've not screamed at you like I've screamed at my children, but I have. It's not because I don't love you as much. It's just you live so far away from me. And it's just, I met you when you was older, so you're not as formable or whatever, or malleable. But you've been pretty smart, though. I got some advice today to talk about how I built the business. So, like, if you want to just snap today and start doing it like I did it, I promise you it will work.
Okay.
It's a lot, like we go 11 years. Can you imagine the history, the problems and things we've dealt with and the people we've dealt with and the fun we've had. True that.
Hey, yeah, I got a suitcase that was delivered to my house. Is that for Ireland? We got Christmas gifts coming, but I didn't order no suitcase.
I'm semi-event planners. I don't know. We might have. I don't want to take credit. I don't know what I don't know a lot what's going on sometimes, bro.
Okay.
Somebody text Jennifer and just say, "Did we send out suitcases to people?" It's been like Christmas around here. Matter of fact, Maritza, grab hold of that popcorn and cashews and see if we can spread them out among everybody. And that way, I don't have to eat them. God, them things are good. This stuff is fat-free, calorie-free, and full of nutrition. Unless you're allergic to nuts, then it's going to be a big problem. Oh, toasted cashews are awesome. You're allergic? You shouldn't even touch the can. Jose, have you moved back to Florida yet?
I'm on my way, buddy. On my way. After January over in Dallas, Texas, I'll be heading down to Florida to be with you, buddy.
Have you found a place to live yet?
I'm looking hard. Yesterday I was on Facebook Marketplace, on Craigslist, just trying to look for a decent place. I was looking for, I was looking for an apartment, kind of room to rent, trying to figure that out. I'm not a very good person to live with. Just because I have my own ways, but trying to find it.
I don't want you to move in with me. Let's be clear on who you're going to be living with.
Hey, buddy.
Have you called my daughter? There's two people I would call. I would call Jeff Schultz.
Okay.
And I'd call Haley Albright Manley. Awesome. They know about the rental market down in that area.
Yeah, I'll definitely text them. That's for sure.
Here's what I got, Marcus. Not everyone got, this is from my wife. Not everyone got suitcases. They are gifts from you for certain levels of people. And there's a card should be included with a gift. So it should be a card telling you it's from us. So we did send out suitcases. Yes.
Thank you, Jane. Thank you, Andy.
You're welcome. And thank you, Jennifer, for making us look good. That's cool. So if y'all didn't get a suitcase, pick up the pace. I don't be accused of being a coddler. I don't want to coddle people. That's no good. Jose, have you need a place to live? Have you got a date set? Or are you just shooting for want to be there after the January convention?
No, my plan is really just kind of pack up before Dallas, and then right between Dallas or right after Dallas, just head right down to Texas or down to Florida. So go from here down to Texas, from Texas down to Florida. You know
if anybody knows of a pill that you can take and then you fly better, like some people don't like to fly. So you like that, Maritza? You've never flown? Dallas is going to be your first flight. I'm glad you're going to Dallas. Jose's not big on flying.
A Valium and a cocktail.
A Valium and a cocktail. Mm-hmm. He's a big boy. He better take two.
2 Valiums, 2 cocktails.
2 Valiums, 2 cocktails. That won't kill you, will it?
No. Well, it depends on the dosage of Valium.
That's what they're saying. I really fly on my jet. I thought he'd been begging to fly on my jet. Like I really thought he'd been begging. So I was like, all right, Jose Compton's flying on my jet. We're going from Tampa to Miami, which is like a 30-minute flight. If you exaggerate, it's probably 26 minutes or something, right? He gets on. I mean, I'm not going. I was sure my wife was feeding him peppermints, and I had a bag in front of him. And I can't. Who was the idiots behind you just causing more problems? I had to about punch them in the face.
Yeah,
Mike Brian.
Yeah, I was gonna say Brian Rojas. You got Mike. You got dude. I ate so many mints and I had so much soda within one small little trip. 26 minutes seemed like 2 hours.
I've got a place you like a shoulder thing. It's got fingerprints in it where he was squeezing it because he's strong too. He was just squeezing it so hard. I was like, bro, if we go down, we're dead. It's not like you're going to get injured or nothing. I don't know. I ain't worried about flying at all. Driving, I've seen people mangled from driving, but I've never seen a person hurt from flying. You know what I'm saying? You don't see nothing. They gone. You know, he's done. There, you ain't gonna walk out with no legs. You got my ear cut off, nothing like that. I mean, you gone, bro. Jesus and everything, unless you're the wrong religion. One time I was sure we were going to find out who was wrong and who was right. If you go down, everybody finds out. You don't know how you look till you get your picture took. I hope all of us are right. I don't know how it's going to go down. Jose.
Yes, sir.
You fly more.
Yeah, I know. That's one of the biggest accomplishments I want to do in 2023. I can't swim to Ireland, so I'm going to have to take something to go to Ireland.
2 Valiums, 2 cocktails.
I heard that.
I'm in 24/7, y'all. It's just so much to do. Ireland, hunting in Africa, ball games, Frank family wine, stuff. Jose Rojas, introduce yourself, please, sir.
Alliance family, Brian Rojas. Grateful to be here with the Alliance today with Jose Compton, Marcus Richardson, and Andy Albright. I'm out of Tampa, Florida, and I've been with the Alliance for 6 years, and it's been a blast. I can't wait for the next 10 years, the next 15 years. Boy, you're going to be, I'm sitting on top of the Chase building right now.
What do you say?
Can you imagine me in 10 years?
He's sitting at the top of the Chase building.
Sitting at the top of the Chase, but I thought he said he's chain smoking.
I'm so excited, Andy, man. My life has completely changed from 5 years ago. So I'm so grateful.
How's your life changed from how many years ago?
6 years ago, actually. 6 years ago, I found actually the Alliance. Go ahead. What was that?
What was you doing 6 years ago?
I was working in a call center. I was in a cubicle farm selling Medicare supplements for Aetna. $17 an hour plus commission, baby. I would get off at 5 o'clock and then hop in my car and do Uber and Lyft till 2, 3 o'clock in the morning every single day. Every single day. I was just looking for a way out.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
He was a hustler.
Children of all ages.
I was a hustler. I'm still a hustler, baby.
That's good. I like hustlers. Lazy people get on my nerves.
I have nothing in common with them.
So, I'm talking to you three, but anybody else wants to, Stephanie Rodriguez or Mimi Romero or Mike Guerra or my son, Spencer Albright, wants to hear this, he can hear this, but I'm talking to y'all three. When I first saw this business, what I saw was leads. Well, there was two things I was looking for is a lead source that I didn't have to do a damn thing but write a check. Does that make sense? What I would like, and I don't know if this is possible, but I used to have a stack of leads before they were mailed, sample leads, basically a stack of leads. So Robbie Kraft, or if anybody has it, y'all don't have any before they were mailed, mortgage protection leads, or final expense leads. And if we don't have any, get Cindy to mail me a bunch of them that I can use to show people, because that's how I recruited people. I got a final expense lead right here, but I want the envelope that has the lead in it with the return envelope, and I want the final expense in its original form, like how when it's mailed out to people, because that's how I wrote. Because that's what I saw. I mean, when I saw that, that's what I would recruit with, Rojas. I would have one of those leads, and I would have it like we mail these out to people.
Yes, sir.
Oh, aha! This is one right here. This is a mortgage protection lead. Listen, let me tell y'all something. When I was a little kid, I wanted to get rich. I talk to people and all the time. I go, "Did you ever want to get rich? Any of y'all ever thought that? You ever want to get rich?" Like I meant it. I meant it like you can't believe. This is not a real gun. But on the other hand, it may be real. This is full of Jose Cuervo. Loaded with tequila is what I'm trying to say. Aha. Oh, nah, that's something else. I got some, but I don't have as many as I want. All right. So these leads, when I saw these leads, I about lost my mind. I was like, oh my God, if these leads are legit, somebody getting ready to get rich up in here. And I saw those leads and I just got so excited. The only other thing I needed was leads, was a way to hire other people and get a percentage off of what they done. And when I found this company, it was a way that you could hire people at a 50, a 60, a 70, a 80, a 90, a 93, a 97, a 100. That was the levels. So I was at a 90% already. So when I started in insurance, I was a 90%. But I couldn't hire anybody because that guy didn't have any levels. And he didn't say nothing about going up higher either. And I was with Great American Life, okay, with a guy named, I think his name, he's over here in Burlington, nice guy. I was with him, and this company said, we'll give you a 60, and you can put cats and cuz and fits at a 50. So I did 60 plus 10% off of one of them, 10% off the other one, 10% of the other one. I figured I was right back at 90 because I'm making 10 off of each of them, and I'm getting 60 off of what I do, so that adds up to 90. But I was thinking to myself, if I could get me 10 other people, then I could do like 110, because I'd be like, 10 times 10 or 12 times 10, that'd be like 120 points. Y'all see my math?
Yes, sir.
Now, a lot of times when I'm saying things like this, I'll pull this out right here, because sometimes it's harder to find on my phone, but sometimes I do the big numbers. My phone will do it, but these won't do it. By the way, if your phone ever don't have enough numbers to go across and it starts giving you those E's, like something E to the 13th, all you gotta do is turn your phone sideways and then it'll show you legit numbers. I like that. I love that. Okay. So I was a mathematical genius when I started in this business. Okay. The genius was if you got leads. Now there's a lot more laws in place now. I used to say this, but I don't say this anymore, and I'm not saying it now, but I used to say a dog with one of these in his mouth or a pig with it tied to his tail could get a check, right? But I can't say that no more because we've realized only the elite people in the world are successful with us, not the poor, not the low income, not the people that don't try hard, uneducated, can't read that good. They can't do it. It's only the elite people that will call this up. You don't know how hard that is for me to say because I didn't feel like I was elite. I felt like I was just a country bumpkin come to town. So when I started selling these policies, I thought to myself, anybody could do it. So I would hire a lot of people, right? So Rojas, have you noticed that not everybody can do this?
Everybody can do this. Does everybody want to do this? You one time told me, are you scared of money or are you scared of work? Which one is it?
Hold on a second. Let me write that down.
That's what your daddy told you.
You scared of money or you scared of work? Which is it?
Mm-hmm. And I knew I wasn't scared of work.
They want the money. They just don't want to work.
Right. That part.
So now I'm telling you this. There's a new lady in charge of the Federal Trade Commission, and she just don't want us to mislead people and say that anybody can do this. So we've got to make sure we say disclaimers. So you can't post your income up on social media no more. She got assigned this job by Mr. Biden or somebody in his administration. Her name is, I don't know her name, but she's a good person if she ever sees this. You're a good person. I appreciate you protecting all the poor people that are untalented and unskilled, and that way they can't get tricked into buying leads, and then it turns out they can't sell. So she's saving these people. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So have you learned that it's true that not everybody will dial these after they buy the leads?
Right. They said they're scared of working.
Okay, we should add people that are scared of work can't do this.
Yeah, right. That's great.
Or how about this? If it's below you. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's below you.
Oh, you're too good to make a dial? Is that what you're saying?
Well, yeah. Or to go see some, you know how you've been in there with those guys with a big old belly and no shirt on.
Oh, yeah.
Drinking a beer. You got to sit there and look at him while you sell it, big titties hanging down stuff. It's okay if you're talking about guys, right? Right? You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
If you ever been in a house like that, hey, you ever been in them nudist colonies selling a policy?
Buddy, this is the worst part right here. When they go like this.
He's not like
if you can see that, you can get a check.
You can't unsee it though, can you?
You can't unsee it. You ain't lying.
Dude, I'm telling you. Stephanie Rodriguez talking about, was it her or you talking about the one that had a glass table in the nudist colony and she's trying to keep all the papers spread out? Was that you or her?
That's Stephanie Rodriguez. I just lean in.
See, not everybody can do this because they're more sophisticated than this. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Marcus, have you noticed that not everybody can do this?
Yes, Andy. I hate to say that because I'm like Brian. I think everybody can do it, but not everybody wants to do it.
I know it, but there's a new sheriff in town, and we got to abide by the laws of communist America. So, where's my final expense lead? these final expense leads to me are the best value for the dollar. Okay. But when I started, Jose, I'm trying to think what I can say legally. I guess this is what I did. Okay. I would show you this and I would say things like, I would just like mean is not the word for it. I'll be like, if you can't sell these people this, you can't sell milkshakes at Wendy's. You know what I'm saying? Or what do you call them? Frosties. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I would say. Because I went to people's houses and did this, and it was so easy for me. But apparently I'm special. So what I'm telling you is, Marcus, you have no idea. One guy told me the other day, he said, Andy, I think since you joined Integrity or since you turned 57 or since your kids got, I don't know, but he gave me a reason that I was meaner now. And I was like, bro, you don't know how mean I was when I started this. I was brutal with people when I first, Marcus is grinning because he remembers just 11 years ago I was brutal. But Marcus, before that I was worse than I was with you, but I was just like when I was talking to the girl right here with the eyeballs on her arm and yeah, that's her name. And other stuff, I think she'll do better because I think she got that talking to. Now, if you try to light a wet piece of wood, you with me? You're going to have a problem. You with me? Because if it ain't nothing, I don't want to mess up like I did last time, but you understand what I'm saying is if you playing with it and it ain't lighting, you might be working with a dud. You follow what I'm saying? But let me tell you something. If you come watch me start a fire sometime, well, I mess them up. I had a little pine needle things, and then I put gas on it, then I put oil on it, then I put lighter fluid on it. And then I got this torch. I am not kidding you. When you see this torch, it's like a flamethrower. You put it on a canister of gas, you screw it in like this, and the end sticks out about like that. It'll shoot like this. It shoots a flame like that, bro. You follow what I'm saying? And it's dry wood. I don't have the patience to do one of those. Have you ever seen people do them things? I see them on TV. Talking about. Bo. Does that make sense? I've had people quit before they got started because I'm just trying to light it. You with me? Does this make any sense, Jose?
100%. You know what I tell people, Andy, as I say, hey, man, I can start the mower for you, but if you don't push the mower, the grass is never going to get done. So that means I can show you what to do. But if you don't follow my lead and you don't take the advice or the tools that I show you, then you'll never grasp that concept of success with inside this the financial world because you're not putting in the action.
I don't know if Marcus or Rojas can read my mind and say what I want to say to Jose. I hear what you're saying to them, Jose. But see if you can you guess what I want to say to him, Marcus? Because I'm going to say it, but I want to know if you can read my mind.
If it was me sitting with you, the question would be, what does Andy say? Like, what would I say to this person in regards to getting them going and getting them moving? And
that's a good point. What does Andy say as opposed to what does Jose say? But there's more to it than that, Jose. Rojas, do you know what I'm on?
I would say it's not that hard.
Right.
Okay, so I'm going to say this to y'all three.
Okay.
I can't say on this show what I say.
Okay, gotcha.
Does that make sense? Huh?
Yeah.
What you say it. I can't say that either. I can't say that on the show either. But what I'm saying is, you have no idea. Like what I would like to be. Have you ever watched those mafia movies? And they go like, all right, here's what we got to do. Get your clothes off. Let's get in a tub. And let's talk about this thing. Or in the swimming pool. You know what I mean? Or the steam room. You know what I mean? Like they ain't talking unless they in water.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
That's the way I ought to be. You understand what I'm saying, Jose? Like what you said, you can say on this show. But what I say, I want people to win so bad. I don't know if y'all know, if you could read lips when Krzyzewski's walking up down the sideline. Mike, you know that fool? I just told Godfrey. I texted Godfrey what I think about Krzyzewski. I'm not a big fan. If you are, I'm happy for you. But if you could read his lips, he's not saying, it's not hard, guys. And if I could, I can't do it for you. I can't play defense for you. I can only tell you how to play defense. That is not what his lips are saying. His lips are referring to the man up above and the man down below, all in the same effing sentence. Does that make sense? You understand what I'm saying, Jose?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna have to talk to you off of here so I can hear the words that you say to people.
Or you could watch Krzyzewski's read his lips.
Do that too.
I don't know what to tell you, but if you've ever watched, there's another one. I got to spend some one-on-one time with Nick Saban. Nick Saban is a coaches another red team, Alabama. And if you see him on the sideline, he's not walking down the side and saying, Mr. Referee, I can't blow the whistle for you and tell you what call I would like. You know what I'm saying? Like what I'm telling y'all is, when I started this, I cared about the people I hired. Like Krzyzewski cares about his basketball players. By the way, all those players that he talks to like this are lifetime friends.
Wow.
It almost don't make sense, does it? So, like, I've had words with Adam Katz, with Marcus Richards. I've had words with my son. I have been explicit with my child because I care. So I'm not saying it didn't sound like you didn't care, Jose, but I would say if you you watched Jose talking to a person in private, maybe with, naked in water, right? And you heard Jose talking to him and you heard me talking to him, I think you would vote that I care more. Or you would vote that I'm more trying to get my point home. Does this make sense? More intense would be the words. I'm not sure if more is the adjective before intense, but it is definitely more intense. Okay? Is this getting through to y'all?
100%.
Tough love could be a way of saying it. No fear of a person quitting might be another way, right? Because let me tell you, it's like I said, if you had a staff and you train them and they quit, it's so sad. What if you had a staff, you don't train them and they stay with you? Wouldn't that be miserable, right? I understand you don't want somebody to leave at your train. You don't want to spend thousands of dollars flying them all over the place and seminars and talking to them, your heart and soul. But hey, it's better than having them stay not trained.
I said you can't say the wrong thing to the right person.
Yeah, I think that is true, but that goes along with the find them, not make them. But I'm almost saying the way I talk, I make some of them, because there's let's say out of 1,000 people, there's one person you could put a gun to his head, stomp a mud hole in his child, murder his mom, and he's still not going to get off his ass, right? There's another person you could say, you want to sell insurance? He goes, buys leads, and he starts making $200,000 a year. That's on the other end of the spectrum. But in the middle of the spectrum is a lot of people that can go either way. I think I get more than one person to flip to this end. I think most people, they have to find someone at this end because they're not flipping them. You see what I'm saying? They're not inspiring them to play defense. They're not inspiring them to get down the court when the other team gets the ball, like Krzyzewski does, or like Kevin Keats, or yeah. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
So I'm telling you three. I'm not talking to the rest of the world, although I hope Manley hears it. I hope Gara hears it. I don't tell people how easy it's going to play defense when we play NC State, right? I say we're going to give it 100%. I don't care who they are. And I say a lot of other things I'm not going to say. I said a lot of things that I won't say on here. That's how I built it. Does that make sense, Rojas?
Yes,
you
sir.
know the thing I was saying to you earlier today?
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to say that on here.
Right.
So when I'm talking to a brand new person, there's nothing I'm going to say on here. But I care more. Like I think Krzyzewski, you could argue that Krzyzewski has another personality than a coach. Now, I got something. If you think that's your problem, I got something for you. Okay? Marcus, you should read this, and you definitely should get some people to read this. If you say that's not who I am, I would go, personality's not permanent. And there's scientific evidence to prove this.
It's a phenomenal book.
Was a sad, depressed, quiet, poor child. Who would describe me as any of that now? True that. Because my personality is not the same as when I was in the second grade. Yours is not either. When I am 65, my personality is going to be different than it is now. Who decides? The gods. Jeff Bright did an evaluation on me and told me this is how I am. He's correct. Why are you like that? Why did you pick that to become?
Wow.
I didn't pick it. Well, who the hell picked it? Who picks your nose? Can I get a fact? You remember when we had a scab and parents told you not to pick it? Well, this is not a scab. This is your personality. Pick it. Well, I'm already set. I'm 27. You are dumber than dirt at this point in life. Please read this book and learn that 5 years from now, you will be who you associate with, who you read about, and who you listen to. And if you practice being that person, I want to be Krzyzewski. I wanted to be Nick Saban. I didn't know them. I wanted to be Bill Britt. I wanted to be Paul Miller. I wanted to be Larry Winters. I wanted to be these people. I wanted to be Napoleon Hill. I wanted to be Anthony Robbins. I wanted to be Zig Ziglar. I wanted to be Brian Tracy. I wanted to be better than Brian Tracy, better than Zig Ziglar, to be honest with you. I think I am. But that's just my own personal opinion. And I do have a couple people that vote for me. But you understand what I'm saying? Like, but better than Bill Britt? I don't know. Better than Larry Winters? I don't know. Better than Anthony Robbins? I don't know. The difference I know between Anthony Robbins and Bill Britt and who else did I say?
Larry Winters.
Yeah. Well, let's don't put Larry in that category. Let's go Bill Britt, Anthony Robbins, Dexter Yeager. They all got jets. Zig Ziglar, no jet. Brian Tracy, no jet. You with me? Like I wanted to be them. So what I would do, I would listen to audios of them. I would stop the recording and then I would repeat it just like they did it and see if I could get the same inflections and tone that they had. And then I would practice. And then when I was talking to somebody, I would say the things that I had heard and then I'd watch them and see if it worked. You with me? Does that make sense? When I read this book, when I started reading, I didn't even finish it. I was just like, I'm so excited I finally, because I always believed this and I knew it. You are who you want to be. Quit whining about it and change it. Does that make sense? But I'm telling you how I was. Now, where I got there is for my previous history in life, learning what got people to move. Because I read this in Think and Grow Rich. It said the highest paid. Yeah, I was going to ask you, are you working for Jess? She'd appreciate it. Jessica. Yeah, thank you. Very important. I didn't think about that, but thank you for reminding me. All right, so y'all have questions about this? You have any questions about it, Rojas?
I'm copying. I love what you just said. You are who you want to be. Quit arguing about it and change it. Pick your personality. I mean, it's straightforward, man.
I wrote a book about it. It's called Circle of You.
Ooh.
It says you control you. You control who you are. And so here's what I want to listen to is I'm where I am and I can't help it because of my circumstances. That's the most baby, dumbest, low life, incompetent, inconsiderate. Like I want to say something to you. I don't know. I think I want to say something like, who's your God, or who do you believe in? Who's your mama? Who's your daddy? You know what I mean? You got it. Don't you have somebody that you trust that can guide you? You know what I mean? By guide you, I mean, put a size 12 up your rear. You know what I'm saying? Somebody to get you to move. You with me? And if you don't have somebody to get you to move, I guess you're hanging around a bunch of losers. Because the highest paid profession is somebody that can get somebody to move. Does that make sense? Now, I can't get people to move that ain't near me. Destiny. Let me show you something. You're near me. Let me show you how to get somebody to move. Watch this trick. Jen, you think I can make you move without touching you? A lot of people say that can't happen, but I say it can. Yeah. See that? You see how that worked? And they start moving.
I ain't scared of that. It just happens.
You would have moved.
I wouldn't.
That's why I didn't pick you. You know, those hypnosis people don't pick people that don't want to be hypnotized. So you got to be careful you pick your subjects when you do a trick like that. You know, because it don't work on everybody. But I was thinking, anybody named Destiny. Does that make sense? But you see how I made her move? Making people move is how you get paid. So you can make people move with words. You can pull them away from you, or you can make them come at you. People say, you can't make people come at you. Yes, you can. If I get you so mad you want to hit me, you got to move which direction? Toward me. Does that make sense? If I make you love me, you want to move towards me. Does that make sense? So love and hate will bring you at me. What'll leave you where you are? Apathy. There's nothing worse than apathy. Does that make sense? Ain't that the word I'm looking for where you just don't give a crap? Apathy. I'm not mad at you. I don't hate you. I don't even think about you. Does that make sense? How about this? Be memorable or be forgotten. People say, well, I thought you said that it's more important to be interested than interesting. It is. So all these things I'm saying to you are things I read in the books, and I'm saying them like I got them memorized, don't I? Here's the only way I memorize is I practice. I go, what was it? Caitlin, Jessica, what's your name? Cat. Okay, I got it, Cat. And so if I hadn't went up there and said something for you, I wouldn't know it. But after a few dozen times, I've got it. So interesting versus interested, getting people to move, getting people to come towards you by hating you, getting because they love you. You with me? All these things I learned, Compton, then I executed. Make sense? Now watch this. How hard do you think I sell and sold leads, Marcus?
Very hard.
Will you tell me how important leads have been to your wife's life, your daddy's life, your mom-in-law's life, your children's life, and your life. Will you try to express from those preacher words that you have how important these leads are to you, Marcus?
Well, it gives me the ability to have a conversation with someone. And when you start a business, you need people to speak to. You need people to talk to. If you don't have people to talk to, you will not sell. You will not be able to talk to them about your product. So the lead is just an excuse for me to talk to you about what I want to talk to you about. And you already did all the hard work by generating the lead. So I don't have to knock on 100 doors and say, hey, do you want to buy life insurance? You've done that for me by saying, Marcus, I have people who have already shown an interest in life insurance. If you can't talk to these people and provide them with life insurance, you should go get a job at Chick-fil-A. I love you, but this is what we do. It's your job to influence the people I already have coming in. And so that's what we've done for the last 11 years is influence the people who filled out the form.
Rojas, would you try to express how important these leads have been to you, to your life, your wife's life, your mama's life, your daddy's life, your in-laws' life, your future children's life, and anybody associated with your world, how important it has been to them?
Look, I will say this because I am an elite of the Alliance. Only the elite will work. It's
Not to be confused with.
right. All right. Disclaimer, these numbers will not work for you if you don't work. But I will say this. Look, you taught me it's all about speed. And piggyback riding off what Marcus Richardson just said, we're all going to make $1 million. Will you make them in 30 years or will you make them in 1 year? What do you want? I want to make that in a year fast. You see what I'm saying? And so speed is everything for me. So when you've already done half the work for me, Andy Albright, and send out these leads, they mail it back to us, and I figure out what time they're home, and I can make X amount of money per policy that I sell, I could be making in 1 day what most people don't make in a whole month. It's speed, baby. Now, how has that helped me, my family? You got to understand, I'm a first-generation American. My mama and my daddy are immigrants. They've never seen money like this in their life. You know what I mean? When I can give back to my community, when I can give back to my wife, she is an artist. She's a muralist. For the longest, she was riding in a crazy car. And we just bought her a brand new spanking new car for her art business. And like, how is that not changing my life? How's that not changing my wife's life? You know what I'm saying? It's like we're able to give back. We just sent my mom to Cancun for 7 days to stay in a hotel, bought her an all expense paid trip to hang out with us, with my family, with the Alliance family. Like, my mom is an immigrant. She's never had a vacation like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 33 years old. I was able to do a dream in my bucket list for my mom and for her to meet Andy Albright. Like, has done things for me that I would never be able to do in a lifetime. France, Paris, France. Oh my God, to take my wife to Paris, France? That's a bucket. Most people will work their entire lives for that. I did that in like 9 months. Praise God for that. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, and now you just said it, man. You change your personality with the people you hang with the most. I'm hanging out with you for 1 hour right now, Andy Albright. I can't be in North Carolina, but guess what? We're on Zoom. My life is about to change because I'm with you for 1 hour right now.
Man. Tell it, man.
Leads. Can I say numbers or nah, leave it out? What do you want me to do? Because I'll go in. I know the math.
I want to see what Jose said. Jose, how important?
I get when it comes down to the leads, man. So
Keep it. Hey, Jose.
Yeah.
Keep it short. Come closer to the mic and tell them how important leads are to you. High level. How important?
They are amazing. I'm gonna tell you, I used to work for a company where I was door knocking strictly in neighborhoods to get people's windshields replaced at no cost. So I didn't have a lead. I had to go door to door to door and talk to all these random people that didn't even know nothing about getting any kind of windshield replaced or anything. They didn't want it, so I had to pursue into, grasping the concept and get them to do something that they didn't wake up that morning wanting. These people, they want the insurance. They sent it out, or they filled it in out online, or however they did it, and they sent it in to us. Our job is to get that information, relay it back out to them and help them out with their, their insurance benefits. Now, I find it super addicting to be able to see what that other person on the other side of that lead looks like. So when I get a lead, I'm like, I got to get out there. I got to get to it. And that's the way I pursue things. And if I run out and I'm at like 5 leads, I have to get more, because as soon as I run out of leads, my business runs out of money.
Put your name in there. Make sure your name's there. All right. I'm gonna give you a high level. I got things I love in life. Some of them I can't say in public or on a video. Okay.
100%.
Oxygen is high on my list. Leads are right up there with oxygen and the other stuff. Does that make any sense?
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Jack made whiskey. God made the other stuff. Does that make sense? Man made leads. You with me? I'm going to tell you something I like is milk chocolate. Hershey Kisses. Freaking mess me up. You with me? Anybody like Hershey Kisses? How much? I'm like that with leads. I like whiskey, all right. Y'all hear what I'm saying? Yep. Jose.
What's going on, buddy?
I want you to vote on who is convincing you how much they like leads more. Does that make sense?
I can say
Huh?
Let us try it again, Andy.
Tell me. More than me?
Oh, more than you?
I'm in the competition. He's in the competition trying to convince you how they like leads more.
I'm gonna have to go with you, because if you want money as much as you want to breathe, that's
Hey,
right
go.
there.
Say it.
I'm gonna have to go with, if you want money as much as you want to breathe.
How about
That's coming
compared to the other stuff?
Oh yeah.
It's right up there with that.
Oh yes.
You understand what I'm telling you? Like Albright, are you telling me when you see leads, you get fired up? I go like, oh my God, I lose my mind. And nothing like I did 22 years ago. Like, I was the craziest you've ever met about these leads. I was so like I'm trying to get you. When I say oxygen, I hear it. This old man, I think it was one of his quotes. Adam Katz will send me his name. He said, "I love making money." Here's one of the things he said. He said, "If I could take you, I'm gonna do it with you, Nick. Come here. So if I could take you, get behind you, and take you and squat down and put you underwater and hold you underwater, and you wanted to breathe." Does that make sense? How bad would you want to breathe? Does that make sense? Like, what would you be willing to do? Scratch, pinch, grab, bite? What would you do? Does that make sense? Like, that's how much I love leads. Does that make sense? Now, leads have changed my children's life. And I can get into that. And I want to tell you that. But there ain't nobody I love like me. You want to say it? No, I didn't say it real clear. I don't want to say it. But nobody loves anybody like they love themselves. Now, I know mamas and their children's. You know what I mean? I get it. There we go. I ain't no mama. But if you could think of leads like your children, does that make sense? Let me tell you this. I told them you can have my dog, my kids, my wife, but don't mess with my lead machine. Somebody gonna get shot. Does that make sense? Like, you let people have your dog and not your lead machine. You've heard me say if the oxygen drops down in the plane, you're supposed to put your oxygen on yourself first, and then your favorite child second. I'd put the oxygen on my leads, then my children. People go, that is wrong. I go like, listen. I got a book in there. If you want me to go get it, go in there and see if you can find a book called Off Balance. Or maybe it's it's either On Balance and it's orange. It's either On Balance or Off Balance by some preacher man. You want to give it another? Who said they want to give it another shot? Marcus, I told you to be.
I do. All right, so I didn't know we were auditioning, and so
hey.
I know I'm always auditioning with you. I know. I got
always
that.
on all this. Talk about didn't nobody warn me. You come up.
I got you.
You're now warned. You are on stage. When I wake up in the morning, woo, you on stage. Does that make sense? So somebody's peeping in your window. You better be ready. Does that make sense? All right.
All right, so here's how important they are to me. When I first met Andy, I had zero money. We were on food stamps and state assistance. I literally could only get 3 toys for kids for Christmas. Now this Christmas, I'm buying my children whatever they want for Christmas with no limit because of leads. I remember what it was like to lose a house and to go into foreclosure because I didn't have leads. Now that I have leads, I can not only pay my mortgage, I pay my office rent, I pay 3 staff people because of leads. Without leads, my business does not run. Without leads, we don't get the Gucci purses. Without leads, we don't go to Ireland. Without leads, we don't go across the country to Cancun. Without leads, I'm not going to New Zealand. Without leads, none of this is possible. So for me, when you ask how important leads are to me personally, that's how important they are without the PC answer. Without leads, Carla gets nothing. Kids have no Jordans. We don't travel the world. We don't get to do the fun, cool things that we get to do. So for me, leads are the most important part of my business.
Yeah, but how many of your agents think like that? See, if you don't sell them on that, Marcus, then you have failed to sell them on that, Marcus.
100%. I got you.
Does that make sense?
Total
if
sense.
they don't buy, you ain't sold. Oh, I sold him. I told him 17 good reasons. I told him I can show you how to use them, but if you don't use them, you with me? That's not the same thing. If they not buying them, they don't believe. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Look at that.
How about this right here?
Look at all them leads. Look at all them leads ready to go out right there. Thank you. Who got those?
Tia.
Way to go, Tia. I'm say again. What'd you say, Marcus?
No, that was Rojas.
Rojas, what'd you say?
No, I was saying this. How about leads are great? How about this? When a lead can give you 15 other people to talk to about insurance. Hey, how about this? When that lead has money that needs to be transferred into an annuity. We're forgetting about that. $500 is great, but what when a lead is giving you 15 referrals, gives you annuity money, and wants to work with us? Hello, it's how we're exploding. Like a lead is great. Let's get them. Let's get hundreds of thousands of dollars of them. Hey, but each one of these are going to give you 15 referrals. I mean, your life is going to change, man. Let's go.
I got a question for you. I remember I asked y'all got me laughing Wednesday. I said, who makes fun of other people when they get home and by yourself? How many of y'all said you do make fun of other people? You're supposed to be a religious man. What's wrong with you, Marcus? All right, so here's another question from me. How many of you would prefer satisfaction over balance? One thing. Huh? Channel. I don't know what it means neither, but I know what it sounds like. I'm just asking you. Does that make sense? I'm in 24/7. You?
I'm in 24/7.
You see why I got this book in 24/7?
That's right.
Because these people go like, you know what I'm saying? Like, just like, what do you want in life? What do you want? How do you get it? You with me? Huh? How bad do you want it? How bad do you want air? Now, I want to give my preacher folks in the land. I have not approached Jesus when I said how much I love leads. Does that make sense? Like I ain't question that. That's a whole different game. I won't go to hell for the rest of forever, right?
Right.
And somebody gonna die for me and all that stuff. That's cool. Leads won't die for you. They just sit their ass right there and don't do nothing. But I like the fact that you can grab them and do something with them, get rich. You can't buy your way into heaven, but you can buy a preacher. You can rent one.
Nope.
You can rent one. Off balance. If you're worried about being too committed to something, read this book. I read this book. I was like, Hell, I ain't off balance enough. This is a preacher man too, Kelly. It says, getting beyond the work-life balance myth to a personal and professional satisfaction. What would you rather have, a work-life balance or a personal and professional satisfaction? How many of y'all prefer a personal satisfaction? How about professional satisfaction? Does that you understand the difference between which is it that you want? See, I'm telling you this: the quality of your life will be determined by the quality of your questions. Ooh, how do you deal with off balance? I give people this book. I say, can you read? Well, then read this and come back to me with some more of them stupid questions you got. You with me? Well, that's not who I am. Well, take this pill. It's called Personality is Not Permanent. Some people take 3 months to read this, though. You can read it in a week. You can read it in 3 days if you focus. You might have to get off balance and quit watching that stupid video game you playing or television or whatever show you watch and watch this right here. You with me? I try to be a nice person, but I care too much to be a person. I can't be a cuddler.
No, you care too much.
Coddler. Let's don't confuse stuff here.
Hey, Andy, I was about to say, I dare you to say it.
You dare me say what?
Person.
You know, Andy,
Been all up in there 2 or 3 times, so let's just move on. All right, here we go. Talk to him. Hold on a second. Tell them who you are and what you do here and what you're willing to do today.
Caitlin, known as Kat. I'm in the leads team. Here to say some leads.
I want you to open this lead up while you're getting ready. I want y'all to see her open this lead up.
All right.
Let me have that football. You see my football?
in 24/7, are you? Yes, I am.
Have you seen these yet?
Those are
Coffee
cool.
Bean. Hey, I flew Coffee Bean Damon West down there to see that Nick Saban guy, and he gave me a football, had Coffee Bean on it. Is it over there? Y'all see the Coffee Bean? Look over there and see if you can see one of those. He gave me the Coffee Bean one. I said, Where'd you get that football with Coffee Bean on it? And he said, this guy. I said, give me his name and number. And I said, somebody make this happen. Oh, okay, here we go. Look, hold it up to the camera so they can see it. I think it's up there. Yeah, they can see it there. But see how it says Coffee Bean on it too. Show them where it has Coffee Bean. Where's it at? Where's it? Is it Coffee Bean? No. It's on there. It's printed in there.
It says be a coffee bean. Is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, be a Coffee Bean. Yeah.
Yeah, it's on there. He's showing it to
Yeah, we
us.
see it.
Let me see it. Let me see it. No, it's underneath there where it says Damon West. See where it says Damon West on there? Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's
So
hot.
I thought to myself, I'm gonna get me one like this where it don't have his name on it, just where it's got in 24/7. Next time we need to get my signature on there
I
when we
know,
do that
that's
too.
what it's missing.
Yeah, well, you got to mess up before you find out.
That's right.
Did y'all watch her? I was messing with football. Y'all didn't watch her open it.
It was right here.
Okay, watch this. Pretend like you go to the mailbox. You open it up. You take it out. Watch this. Let me show you the effort she has to go through. Pay attention. All right. Then you got to get a pen
And
out.
it don't even in there. I was about to say, you got to get a pen out.
You got to fill all that. You ain't gonna take time to fill all that, but you get the idea.
Right. You got to
And
fill out
then-
this whole thing.
Then put it back in there.
You got to put the top back on the pen. Don't forget to do that.
I ain't never done this before. This is good.
All right. All right. And then
You didn't really
seal
lick it.
No one will ever know, though. Y'all won't know. All right. And then I got to walk
Spit
back
on
out.
it, at least. Spit on it, make it mad or something. Scare it.
All
Damn
right.
it. What the hell's wrong with you?
Walk back out. You got to open the mailbox back up, close it, and then flag up, walking back.
All right.
That's a lot of effort.
All right. Now, yeah. Get your momentum. Get your souvenir. What's the game plan? What I tell you earlier.
Look, if you're not buying leads, I always tell people, make it make sense, right? Make it make sense and be.
Hold the mic up. Hold the mic.
Make it make sense.
What do you mean by make it make sense? I know what you mean, but you don't believe
Everything you do, just go back to make it make sense.
you like these singers. You got to keep it right there like that.
Look, so when you're purchasing these leads and you come to me and you're like, I just want 5 leads. Okay, if you're opening up a grocery store and you're gonna tell me you're gonna get 5 items to put in your whole grocery store and you're gonna get rich off that and say, well, I just want to start out with that and see what sales.
Now hit them with make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
Now keep
Does
going
that
back
make sense?
just go into the story and every once in a while go make it make sense.
Okay, so when you open up your grocery store, right? Let's fill that place up. I want people at the door waiting to see me. I want people to know me.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. Don't be scared to spend money. You got to spend money to make money. They're all right here. This is money right here for you. This is money. This is opportunity. It's right here. And they're giving it to you. All you got to do is open up your wallet. Opportunity. Make it make sense. Be confident about it. I don't, when they come to me,
good.
I hope I'll sell these leads. No. Don't hope.
It makes
You're
sense.
going to. You are going to. Put it in your head. Make it make sense.
You should get like an audio, like a button that when you press it, that button, you should go to easy button. You should make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, so like while you're talking, you just press that button and in the back, it's like a chorus in the background. Make it make sense.
Yes, and you got to get heated. When you start this out, you're trying to get rich. You can't just go into it and go, well, I hope I'll try it this week. No, get hype about it. Get excited. This is your opportunity.
Ain't nobody produce nothing without no excitement.
Exactly.
Ain't nothing never been produced without excitement. Never.
No.
You with me?
Make it
All right.
make sense.
All right, tell them about this. That's why you got this.
Look, we got another great opportunity today, right?
Mm-hmm.
Show yourself in 24/7 football right here. Whoever purchases the most leads today, the most leads will get this. Let me repeat that again. The most leads
Today
will get this right here. Trophy, put it on your wall because this is a reminder in it 24/7. Because if you're just sitting on the couch, you got some leads there hoping to sell theirself. Make it make sense.
I wanted to say, I bought some yesterday.
Well, good. Why aren't you working on? What are you doing?
Did you get a football for yesterday?
You don't get a football for yesterday, and you don't get a football for tomorrow. You don't get a football for next week. It's today.
One time.
One time.
That's
Once in a
So if you
lifetime.
bought a 2,000 yesterday, I recommend you buy 2,000 today.
Right.
Don't be scared. Does that make sense?
Scared money don't make money.
Scared money don't make money.
Mm-mm.
If you ain't living on the edge, you're taking up too much room.
Love it.
You can't poop like an elephant if you eat like a butterfly. You can't produce big premium with a little lead bill.
No, sir.
I ain't
That
never
part.
seen it happen.
Nope.
I ain't never seen it happen. Listen to this. Ding Dong's purpose, not her personality, is the determining factor in what she can do and what she do. Listen to me. Vanessa's purpose, not her personality. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
These personality tests. Her personality don't determine Dookie.
Mm-mm.
It's her purpose that determines what she do. Her purpose determines what she can do and what she does do is the grammatically correct. But my Maybach Mercedes says do to do. Her purpose determines the do that she do. Not her personality test. What she says to her new agent is determined by her purpose, not her freaking personality. The only reason you need to know personality is so you can mirror and match, which I have no idea what blue, green, or aqua means. All I know this is I will act just like you if I'm trying to sell you something. I don't care how weird ass you are.
Mm-hmm.
I look just like you, talk just like you, and adopt your accent if I can.
Yep.
Does that make sense?
Why do we do what we do? Purpose.
Right. Not personality. Personality is not permanent. It's how you got to where you are. Just shows me where you've been. That's it.
Mhm.
That's all it does.
So your purpose and your why, they intertwine with one another, right? I mean, you got a why and you got a purpose. As long as you got both, and
Purpose, same thing.
Absolutely.
that's it.
People say this to me. I'm trying to determine my why. How about I just give you a why? Freedom, baby.
Mhm.
You don't want somebody's thumb on your head all the time. You don't want to be broke. You don't want to keep eating McDonald's the rest of your life, do you? You don't want to keep driving that piece of crap car. How about that for your why? Get a better God-blessed car. Get free. Travel the world. See something.
You know, Andy,
How about that for your why? Quit studying it. Ain't that hard. Freedom. Does that make sense?
you know, you were talking about breathing and leads. You know, you got to look at it this way. Your leads are the way that your business breathes. Without leads, your business isn't going to breathe.
Your business going to die without leads, brotherhood.
That's it.
Often, those you'd expect the most from give the least, and those you expect the least from give the most. What in the world? This book's bad to be bone. Here it is. Human beings are works in progress when they mistakenly think they're finished. They think they're done. They think their personality has been designed. They think they are who they are. It truly doesn't matter what your past has been. It doesn't matter what some stupid personality says or what people from your high school think of you. What matters is who you want to be. What matters are the choices you make. Do I tell them a story that doesn't offend? Do I tell them a story and speak to them so it's apathetic? Your choice is based on what you want. Your choice is based on what matters. Does that make sense? Best Christmas present ever. $2,000 worth of leads and this. Hold this up closer so I can see this. Prices are going up the end of this month. Christmas is the 25th. If you believe in that sort of thing, all right, we're good.
That's
you
a
ever
good
thought
present
about
right
buying
there.
somebody a Christmas present in your downline or your upline or yourself or your wife? I highly recommend a NatCon ticket, National Convention. Whoever has the most people there will have the biggest business.
Facts.
All right. I want to know who the winner is of the lead purchase today so I can hand them that football at National Convention, if not before. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh, now that you signed it, it's different.
All right. So thank you, Rojas. Listen, he would say, like, oh, he's selling the football, go sell it for $2,000. Hey, you damn unmathematical challenged person. If you spend $2,000 a week, you're going to turn it into $4,000, $5,000, $8,000. If you can't turn $2,000 into $4,000 in this business, you need to come to our educational course system and take it again and have some motivational seminars and change who you are, because Rojas is making it happen. He's creating profit. Oh, by the way, if you've never watched Brian Rojas' referral system, he did it. How long is that that video of you teaching it? The one you sent me, Rojas. How long is that?
I want to say, how long is it?
Yeah, is it 30 minutes or 40?
Yeah, it's probably, let's see, it's exactly about 30 minutes.
If you've not seen that 30 minutes on how to use the ERS system, we're going to post that on our private Facebook. Go on that private Facebook, watch that video about how to get referrals. Okay? We call them free referrals. You buy leads, $2,000 worth of leads. By the time you get through working at it, you'll have so many referrals and so much money coming in. I'm paying you $5,000 to take this football. I'm not paying you. The carriers are going to pay you $5,000 to get this football. Because you spend 2, you're going to make 5. You subtract the 2, you netted through. If you buy them and give them to your downline or resell them to your downline. Okay, here's what I did in the business. Marcus, I work my butt off getting people to talk to, and then I talk to them. I give them everything I got to convince them to buy some leads. I guarantee you, if somebody buys $2,000 worth of leads, they're going to produce premium. The only thing you get paid for in this business is premium. You don't get premium unless a person cares. You get a person to put $2,000 in, they care. You eat a bunch, I guarantee you're going to go to the bathroom. Mm-hmm. You buy a bunch of leads, I guarantee you're going to produce premium. Does that make sense? Like it's just so mathematically straightforward. So I talked to a lot of people to find the person. As soon as I talked to a person, I would work my butt off to talk to their mama, daddies, cousins, best friends, hard as I could go. I would sell depth as hard as I sell leads, Rojas. Like when it comes to business, there's width, there's depth, and there's selling leads. And selling premium is what it is. You want people to sell. But the only way I know to get people to sell is get them sold on leads. What do you think about mom and pop and family and friends? I think that's wonderful. I'm glad people do that. Coleman Orr. I love money. No, it's not Coleman Orr. I love Coleman Orr. I actually got him to come speak at our convention one time. The guy I'm talking about, love making money. Hold their head
King
down.
guy. His last name is King.
Yeah.
The little old black dude.
Yeah. Old chubby black dude.
GW King.
GW King.
GW King. I love making money.
Yeah.
Bobby, you got something to say? Get out of here. What's up, Wolfpack?
I've been on the phone with bankers for the last 2 hours.
You've been phone.
Yeah.
We apologize y'all didn't get paid.
So Chase flagged our volume.
Because we had
Too many people, too much money.
I like that.
That's a good thing.
That's a good point.
Is this an authentic real estate?
Bobby, can you hold that mic closer to your mouth, please?
Yeah. So I texted all the managers what happened in WhatsApp, but basically it was flagged, and then we got Integrity to send us a wire for $500,000 and put in our old Truist account. And then we temporarily covered it with some stuff that you had in your real estate account. So thank you for that. But we just, if we do it,
charge 18% interest. FYI.
Well, we'll let Integrity know. But we clicked the button. Caitlin Record clicked the button at 10:56, which if we do it before 11, it shows up the same day, Nacha. So as long as your bank processes ACH the same day, you'll get paid today.
What?
But it has been a shit show of a day for me. So I'm not sure if it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but it might be in my office in a couple of minutes. So it's been an awesome day. But yeah, I haven't listened to a second of the activity call, but what y'all lead stuff?
Lead.
Yeah, we're still doing lead.
I told him that Jack makes good whiskey, but God makes other stuff. We make good leads.
Rain makes corn and corn makes whiskey.
Mm-hmm. You know what that is.
Yeah. But yeah, we're still doing lead deals. We're doing better deals for people that are on GMRs that are really, so that's the that's the operations person, Jessica Kowalski. So
and Truist.
No, she's the Integrity, Chief of Operations at Integrity. So I've been on the phone with her and Tom Dempsey all morning. But yeah, we're still doing lead deals for people that are on GMRs that are good at selling insurance, because we're losing money like crazy selling the leads at the prices we're selling them for. But if we sell a bunch of insurance, it makes up for it. So still doing that. But hopefully you'll get paid today in a couple hours. So that's the main thing. So what I was telling Rojas and Jose and
Marcus is how hard I sold leads years ago. And I didn't really say what I said, but I tried to, imply what I would say, how desperate I would be. I don't know. Did I sell y'all any leads personally?
You killed it. You killed it.
Rojas has already bought. Rojas, how many did you get the other week?
I don't know, dude. More than 3,000, but I've already sold 4 annuities.
Yeah.
It's already made up, and I haven't even hit half of the leads. So, and I want more.
Cassie Burbage's thing.
Jerry Cassie, what's she post?
They got maybe 40 direct mail leads. What was it? They got
about $800 worth.
So this was
Y'all, these big producers, you know what they have in common?
14.
What do the big producers have in common?
They
Big
move.
egos?
No, they work. They
They
buy
got
leads.
big egos too.
And you know what else? They get their people to move, to work, to buy leads.
But what I was going to say is Cassie bought a bunch. Cassie and Jerry, I think, bought every A lead in South Carolina, and it was
72 leads, already 16,000 in premium.
It's 22 applications for 16.6. But I think they bought like maybe 50 A leads. I can't remember what it was.
Joseph, $400 worth of leads, return of $4,500.
It's been very common. People that buy a bunch of leads at one time sell at least 10 grand the next week. And we got how many days before Christmas? 9, 7, Christmas Eve.
Jared and Rachel Doucette.
They say scared money don't make money.
Jared and Rachel Doucette scooped up 100 A0s. They didn't wait. They didn't put it on the back burner. They didn't wait to tell their team about it. They took advantage. They said, hey, there's leads out there. I'm going to go get them.
My whole life is made up of moments like this. Some guy selling me, like Anthony Robbins, or listening to a Zig Ziglar tape, and they selling me on going all in. And I cannot tell you how many times I sat there and did not go all in or act, and never did I make any money when I didn't act. But sometimes, Robbie's been with me when somebody tried to sell me, like, remember that time we bought all that data at one time? It was like, I don't remember if it was 200,000 or 400,000. It was like a gazillion pieces of data for leads. And I was like, let's do it. Let's roll the dice. I just did it with that internet guy.
Was that the guy in South Carolina? The weird guy in South Carolina?
Crazy guy. Yeah. He's a lion of somebody I ever met.
He is a
but
liar.
God, he has a lot of fun at parties.
He's fun. I don't know how good that data was, but you did spend a lot of money.
I've always just bet big. And people will tell you that I've made I will say I have bet big and not won. I've bet big and won big, and I've not moved. When I've not moved, I have never, ever, ever won big.
100%.
That makes sense. Like, I've never made a shot I didn't take, said Gretzky. I've never made a shot I didn't take. Scared money don't make money. And people that wait and make decisions later oftentimes don't make a decision. They're not going nowhere.
You think too much. You just gotta do it.
Too much think, not enough. Too much talk and not enough action. Dude, everything I've said come right out of country music.
What do I need to do to get that football?
Huh?
What do I need to do to get that football?
Less talk and a lot more action.
We're giving away this football, not this one.
No.
We're giving away because we're giving away this football to whoever buys the most leads today. I'm gonna take it to them at NatCon and toss it to them. Hands up. We like that right there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Andy, you got me fired up, buddy. I'm ready to come back to Florida. I got to get some leads.
Let's move it back
the
to Florida.
money.
Let's go.
Hey, I don't have to worry about Jose Content. He don't buy A0 leads. So
Oh, come on now. Hey, calm down. Reworks is what it's at.
So let's just talk you and I, Andy. What I got to do to get that football?
Hey, so
Hey, I tell you what.
Rojas moves his
What y'all should do is whenever somebody buys something, you should post it on a private Facebook and say, Bob has bought 100, and then Tim has bought 200. Rojas just come off of some of that cash he got and bought 2,000, and then Jose 3,000. So we kind of auction it off.
hey,
I'll take that coffee bean.
I
Does that
had
make sense?
I had
That's mine.
I had about 200.
I was
Yeah.
already with you right there.
Yeah.
I had about 250 texts saying, "Hey, have not gotten paid today. What's up?" I got 0 texts about, "Hey, my lead bill did not come out," but no one paid for leads today either. So I got 250 texts about where's my money. Not one damn text about, "Hey, y'all didn't take my lead." That was interesting.
Situation.
No lead bills today, but you'll see that next week. So anyway,
Hey, here's another one. You scared of work or money? Which one is it?
Hey,
Money, you scared to work? Which is it?
It's the money.
They're moving these people, not just him.
So
They're
Rodriguez
coming to us.
got somebody.
Yep,
Is that-
John Ruthven bought 100 leads under Steph Rodriguez. Rojas, when he bought leads from me, he got on the phone with his downline, ready to go. Bought 30 leads right
Andy,
then and
why
there.
all of a sudden? Listen, let me tell you something. For 22 years, I've not stopped talking about leads. I could get on this call and talk about putting in wit for 6 hours. I could talk about depth. There's 3 complicated things in this business: wit, depth, and selling. Wit, you got to talk to new people. Depth, you got to talk to people underneath them. And sales, you got to get people to buy leads. If you can't do those 3 things, you're going to build a business. If you can do those 3 things, you will make a lot of money. You need to be exceptional and have a personality, and you have to work through this off-balance crap and all that stuff. So your average people are going to fail. Matter of fact, most of the people in our business fail. Okay, that's my, what do you call it, my disclaimer. Most people fail in this business. I'm upwards of 50%, 75%, 80%. So if you got the brains that God gave something, an intelligent person, I guess, then you can do this. And don't wait until you read all these books. You just do all this stuff out of faith and then read the books just so you got the backup. Like move on emotion, back it up on logic. Move on emotion, back it up on logic. Does that make sense?
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
It makes sense. That's it right there.
Tom Murphy just texted me and said he did not get his lead bill today and said thank you.
Is he watching the show? I was like, that would be funny if he was not watching the show and he said that.
Yeah.
Oh, so Olga called during the middle, like last minute from the show. Remember that? So she told me what happened. Something really, really, really big, great, fun, awesome happened in her life. She's watching the show, but then it happened and she just couldn't wait to call me. So I want y'all to know. So I was like, I started laughing. I was like, what are you talking about? And I remembered that she did that because I wasn't mad. I didn't care. I was just like, I'm in the middle of the show because I know she watches it. All right. I have been working overtime. So make sure that is in my check this week. Hey, NatCon coming up, Christmas time. Get your ticket. How hard do you sell tickets, Andy? Harder than I sell leads? No, about the same. That's pretty damn hard, though. All right, guys, love you. This helps.
Thank you.
You make more millions or hundreds of thousands or dollars or something. Out. Click us off. Get me off the mic so I can start saying what I really think.